Welcome back to volleyball. Today, there's no intro in the car, my phone's low battery, but we're mainly doing passing today. I recorded this video before I had a chance to read any of your guys' comments, so keep the suggestions coming on how my form should be and all that, because I am trying to read all the comments. But I talked to some people in my Discord, mainly Marie and Imani, because they had played volleyball for a long time, so they gave me a lot of really good tips. Initially, I was making my platform like this, and then crossing my fingers together. But Marie taught me a better method that gives you more accurate passes where you cross your fingers perpendicular like this instead of parallel. And then you bring your thumbs in and it gives you much more accurate passes. So I'm trying my best to do that and to do the proper full body motion for a pass. So today's mainly just a pass day, trying to get my passing mechanics down really solid so I don't develop any bad habits, and we do a little bit of setting. So thank you guys so much and enjoy. So here we are back again, just starting off with hitting, as always. Trying to twist my body into the ball. And I did a lot of this tonight, just doing the motions without the ball. Because most of the time, I do the motion incorrectly because I'm more focused on trying to contact my hand to the ball, and my form just goes out the window. So sometimes during this video, you'll see me break and just do the form by myself without the ball. And oh my fucking god. You see my shirt just disappeared because the sleeve kept just, the shirt just kept folding up in weird ways on my body and it felt so uncomfortable. Now I'm practicing the jump serve timing. It's starting to make more and more sense how to actually time my jump and my steps to meet the ball. So I was like, okay, let me do jump serves kind of in place. And then that felt kind of good, so I started doing jump serves in the way you would normally. Still only taking baby steps. Just trying to see how it feels to meet the ball up there. I'm not jumping very high either. There I jump a bit higher and just go higher and higher. I really liked my form on that last one, but did not time it correctly to meet the ball. I feel like I'm getting slightly better at the jump serves. I tried to get a better angle so I could see what I looked like from the side if I was doing proper hitting form. It looks a little bit sloppy. I feel like my form going up in the air is decent, but when I hit the ball, again, it kind of just falls apart. All right, I had to take a little break to consult with my coach, Marie, and Marie has played volleyball for 6 years. A couple of those years was for a professional team. So she's really fucking good at volleyball, so I just had to pause. I just went into Discord VC and I asked her how my form was, because last night after the last video, I was on Discord talking with her about passing form, and we were having basically a shouting match with each other. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And she's like, lock the fuck in. You're doing it wrong, nigga. She didn't say nigga because she's not black. But, yeah, so she said the form is decent right now. I'm raising my shoulders up a little bit too much. So I'm gonna try to visualize bringing my hands only up to my chin, because when I think about bringing them to eye level, I overshoot it. So maybe if I just visualize it going here, it'll correct for anything going wrong. So I'm just gonna do a bunch more passes tonight, and we'll just leave it at that. I'm only gonna be here for like 30 minutes instead of an hour, 2 hours like I was yesterday, because I need to go to sleep, and I have to get my blood work done tomorrow. Ew. It pisses me off because I can't eat. I have to be fasted for 8 to 12 hours, so it's gonna be lame. So I'm gonna get back in there, but instead of just throwing the ball to the wall, I'm gonna set it to the wall and then pass it. Let's go. I have not practiced setting pretty much at all. So I'm warming up with doing a couple small little sets just above my head. And I'm trying to hit that same, like right above that line on the wall, if you can see. Now, you'll notice
Well, I'm noticing now after I talked to Marie and Amani that I have a bad habit of raising my shoulders up when I hit the ball. The proper form for passing a volleyball is to have your feet shoulder width apart, your hands pretty much the same distance apart, but below your waist, kind of. You see, I noticed that my shoulders are coming up there, so I'm doing my best not to do that. And then once you see the ball is about to come towards you, you put your hands below your waist, get them almost into position, but you're only supposed to put your hands actually close them together right before you hit the ball, so you can still move around and catch where the ball is and use your body to get there. I'm also trying my best not to tilt my head up and look at the ball after I pass it.
Now, it's getting difficult because I'm thinking about setting, I'm thinking about my hand placement, I'm thinking about how high my arms are going, and now I'm thinking about not lifting my chin up and tracking the ball with my eyes. Let's see if I can handle it.
So I just did this for the rest of the night, setting the ball to the wall, trying to get it to the same general spot, and then passing the ball and trying to focus on having really proper form. The main thing I was focusing on the most was not bringing my arms past my chin and keeping them straight. But you'll see sometimes I still do unconsciously raise my shoulders up, just a tad bit too much. So I'm trying my best to make the platform below my waist, bend my body forward, bring the momentum up from my feet to my arms, and then not swing my arms up too much. Now I'm trying to do consecutive ones. Set, pass, set back to the wall, pass. But that just got so difficult. I could not keep that up for long. It was difficult to pass to myself, but it was even more difficult to get that pass and properly set it back to the wall. You can see my sets are kind of drifting to the right, not exactly going where I want them to. So then I just go back to doing single reps of a set and then a pass. And then we switch the angle here. I want to see if I'm forming my platform and placing my hands correctly. So I'm actually going to slow down one of these and see how I do it. It looks like I'm placing my hands almost perfectly. I think my fingers are not the same distance apart, but my hands are below my waist when I start the motion, and I did not bring my arms above my chin. However, I did go to look up at the ball after it was passed. So we're getting things little by little, which is good. Back to the side angle. I really like passes like that last one, where I don't move my head around too much, because I feel like the head movement is extremely unnecessary. There's no need for me to strain my neck forward when I hit the ball. It doesn't do anything for me, and it just looks cleaner. So I think that might be the correct form there, and they just look nicer. And here I am again, trying out the sequence of passing without the ball there, just to get my body to remember how it feels. And then I throw the ball back in. And I do that a lot. I saw a video recommending that you take breaks during your practice, especially when you're learning a new mechanical movement when you're with your body, that it's good to, after a certain amount of time or a certain number of reps, you close your eyes and sort of take a break, and then your body will start processing that data and turning it into memory, and then you get to learn quicker, which is why I think it's so important to practice mechanical skills before bedtime, because while you're sleeping, your brain gets to process that information. If you've ever been playing a video game and you're having a really tough time on a boss battle, and then you go to bed and you try to do it again and you do much better the next day, that's why, because your brain is processing that information more thoroughly while you're sleeping. And it like bakes into your body, like your brain remembers how to move that way. There was actually studies done on this, which I find very interesting, which is why I try my best to do it a lot. But it's not necessarily good to do with high intensity and high cardio heart rate sports like volleyball, because if you exercise too intensely before bed, that will affect the quality of your sleep. So I don't do things like this most of the time right before I go to sleep. Obviously, I've been going to the gym very late, but that's just because I've been waking up late and staying up late. Usually I stay up for another 2 to 3 hours after I get home from the gym. But I've been planning on, I haven't done it yet, practicing forming my hands into the correct position right before I go to sleep. And then hopefully that will allow my body to remember what it feels like to put my hands in the position to pass, and I can learn it quicker. Here I'm alternating between passing the ball back to the wall and then passing the ball to myself. I really like this new method of placing my hands because I was able to pass the ball to myself very consistently this day. Made me extremely happy. Form starting to slip a little bit here. I'm bringing my shoulders up and I'm looking up at the ball. There I'm gesturing down, trying to remind myself to keep my hands below my waist as I begin the motion to swing my arms up. So when I'm placing my hands together, they should be below my waist at the start of that movement. And you can see when I have to run very quickly to meet that ball, my form falls apart because I'm too focused on hitting the ball and I forget to keep my shoulders down. And that was all the work we did that day. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm having a fantastic time playing volleyball and learning more about the sport. The more I learn, just the more I love it. And I think I was able to make a lot of progress in this day of training with the way I was practicing my form and just trying to get everything really solid instead of worrying about doing too many things at once. I haven't been to the gym since then, so now I have time to read your guys' comments, and I'll take that back in when I have another session in a couple of days. But until then, follow the stars. I'll see you next time.